And we're working on Facebook. Should be coming up now. All right, so we're up on Facebook Live and on Instagram. Got a couple screens that I'm looking at, so if I'm not looking at you, it's just looking at another screen, another camera. We will give it a minute or so, let people come on. I'll just give it another minute. If you want to run and get we need a t-shirt, a marker, a piece of paper, and a pair of scissors if you want to make a mask with us. If you're just drinking, we're having Makers 46 today. And we'll get started in just a few seconds. All right, here we go. All right, so today we're actually going to start with the bourbon. We'll get to the Dvartor and the mask just after that. Today we're drinking Makers 46. This is a great bourbon. It's one of the few wheated bourbons. Maker's recipe has a lot of wheat relative to most other bourbons. So the Maker's 46 is interesting. It's actually regular bakers. What they do is after the aging process, which is roughly 6 years, they take it out of the barrels. They take new staves that are heavily charred, put those into the barrel, and put the bourbon back in and let it age a few more months. So this is a about 6-7 year old product. It's double aged, but it's still a bourbon because it's only been in brand new wood, oak wood casks. And the mash bill on this is 70% corn, 16% wheat, and 14% malted barley. There's no rye in this. A lot of bourbons do have rye. This doesn't have any. We'll give it a pour. Got my Maker's cup here. Not much left in the bottle, but good for a nice pour. Wow, it's got a great nose. I'm getting like some caramel, a little oaky, maybe some cinnamon. Yeah, great nose. Fresh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol nihiyah b'dvaro. Very nice. Very oaky. Maybe a little bit of vanilla. As the front flavors go away, you're left with some spice, and the finish kind of fades pretty quick. Actually, not very harsh. Fades pretty quick, and you're kind of left with like a earthy, like tobacco flavor at the end. Quite enjoyable. It's always a good pour. L'chaim. Very good. All right. So a few people asked me, private messaged me or asked on Facebook why we're making masks. So that brings us to this week's points. So the Talmud in Masechta Shavuos, the Talmud of Shavuos, says Kol Yisrael Arevim Zeh B'zeh, which means that everybody is responsible for one another. So this implies that we're obligated to look out for each other and to ensure that we at least have the bare essentials that we all need in order to survive. So we got to care, we got to be good, we got to watch out for our neighbors, watch out for our friends and the people around us, and be good people. Also in Devarim, Deuteronomy, I believe it's towards the beginning. I think it's, if I had to guess, I'd say chapter 4, towards the end of it. It says, "V'nishmartem me'odes nafshosechem." We have to guard one's life. There, it's actually talking about idolatry, but the Talmud brings in a few places how those words, the "V'nishmartem me'odes nafshosechem," that we must guard our lives, is also applied to dangerous situations, and that we need to stay away from these types of things, and always, be safe and live in a safe way. So, with that in mind, the CDC has recommended the use of masks in public. Some states and businesses have made it mandatory. In Kentucky, the governor said he didn't make it mandatory, but he said it's a strong recommendation that as of next week, I think May 11th, that everyone should wear one in public. He said no one's getting arrested if you don't, but y'all can't be doing that. What we have to do is Ushmartem snafshosechem, guard your life, and kol harevim zeh b'zeh. We have to watch out for each other, and it's just the right thing to do. People can be asymptomatic, so you could, God forbid, you could have it, I could have it, not know. You go to the store, you go to Kroger, you go out and pass it to someone, and they can get terribly sick, and you didn't even know that you had it. And that's really what the masks protect from. So the purpose of the mask is really to stop someone else from getting it from you as asymptomatic. These masks do not really help that much for stopping you from inhaling the virus, but staying safe at home definitely does help with that. And hopefully other people are wearing masks, and if they have it and they're asymptomatic, they're wearing the mask and won't pass it to you. So as per the CDC guidelines, we have a mask that we're going to make today, and we're going to get to that right now. So if you have a t-shirt, a marker, piece of paper, and a pair of scissors, that's all you need to make this mask. So I'm going to move my cameras so we can get my table in, and we'll get started in just a second. All right, here we go. So, got just a plain t-shirt here. Got my paper, some homework from my kids. It's one of the advantages of homeschooling now is that we have extra paper in the house. So what you're going to do is we're going to trace the paper, 8.5 by 11, regular sheet of paper. Just put it down on the t-shirt. Make sure the t-shirt's nice and smooth, and we're just going to trace it out on the shirt. So here we go. Any marker should work. You can use a pen if you don't have a marker. That would be fine. And that's all I need for that. So we got that marked. I don't know if you can see it in camera, but we got our lines here, and we're going to cut on those lines. So here we go. There may be a good fabric scissor. These are my chicken scissors, but they seem to be working just fine. There we go. All right, you should be cutting through both the front and back at the same time, and we're going to end up with two pieces of material that are exactly the same size, the front and back of the shirt. All right, so we've cut out our mask about the size of a piece of paper. Now we need to do one more cut. We're going to cut a piece about 20 inches long, about an inch wide. You can kind of guesstimate on this. I'm just going to follow the line I made before. I'll go up about an inch wide, and I'll kind of eyeball it. These don't have to be exact. And again, you're going to cut through both the front and the back at the same time. All right, so we're going to place the strip to the side. We don't need that anymore. We have our strips here, and we got the mask that we cut out earlier. So now what we're going to do, you're going to take it the tall way and fold over about maybe 3/4 of an inch, not too much, not too little. If you can see here, really about maybe 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, fold it over. We take our scissors, you're going to make a cut about every inch, inch and a quarter or so along this side, just a small little cut, about every inch. Make 6 cuts. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Spin it around and do the same thing on the other side. You can kind of line up. You can see the slits you made on this side and kind of just get these cuts just about in the same spot on the other side. All right, now we turn it back the other way, make it flat, and we have our holes here that have now come through. I'm going to take just one of these that we made, stretch it out a little, it'll curl up, and this is going to be the string that we use to tie. We're going to weave this through those holes we made, so we'll start on this side here and just push it through. Just simply weaving it top and bottom all the way through those 6 holes that we just made. And you should end up, if you went up from the bottom on the first one, you should come down towards the bottom when you get to the last one. We're going to turn it now and do the other side. Again, we'll stretch this out, make it curl up kind of into a string. All right. And again, we're just going to weave this through those holes all the way across the other side of the mask. All right. Now we're going to pull these through, pull this tight. That'll kind of bunch up like an accordion. And we'll take this side and leave about maybe an inch or so loop and tie that off. Make a double knot. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Get it about even. Again, we'll leave about an inch here of space. Tie that off as well. And now we have our mask. Now we have 2 options with the mask. You can use these side hooks here to put over your ears. If that's not comfortable, you can tie the long strings around the back of your head. Place it over your nose and mouth. Adjust it so that your nose and mouth are both covered. The mat should come back, down under your chin. Now it's hanging on the ears. If that isn't comfortable for you, you can take the string and just tie it in the back and not have it resting on your ears at all. And that's a nice homemade no-sew mask that anybody can make. Again, all you need is a t-shirt, a pair of scissors, piece of paper, and a marker. Thanks for watching. Enjoy. Please share if you can. L'chaim.